one of President Trump's recent proposals that would directly affect you, he's doing it to improve affordability, is to impose a 10% cap on credit card rates. Is that a bad idea?
It would be an economic disaster. And I'm not making up because our business, we would survive it, by the way. You would, if you, in the worst case, you have to have a drastic reduction of the credit card business. I mean drastic. I mean like 10%. I mean like 80%. It would remove credit from 80% of Americans, and that is their backup credit. But I have a great idea. Since there's a huge disagreement on this one, between Republicans and Democrats, I think we should test it. And I can't do this, because it'd be antitrust. But the government can do it. They should force all the banks to do it in 2 states, Vermont and Massachusetts, and see what happens. and then I think the left will learn everyone who thinks manipulating price will learn a real lesson. And the people crying the most won't be the credit card companies. It'll be the restaurants, the retailers, the travel companies, the schools, the municipalities, because people will miss their water payments, their this payment and that payment. It would be something else to watch. I think they should test it.
Well, President Trump may be determined to test it more broadly.
Well, then, okay, whatever it is, we'll deal with it. I think it's wrong for the government to get involved extensively in pricing of stuff, but I got to deal with the world I got.
It's kind of interesting.
We're going to give them at one point real analysis on the effects of this. We've given some, but not a lot.
It's kind of interesting. When I ask you something that directly affects JPMorgan, you say it will be a complete economic disaster. Yeah. When I speak more broadly about geopolitics, you're very reluctant to criticize the president.
First of all, one I know exactly. The other one is more qualitative, how it's going to work, what are the pieces, what's their intent, how are people going to respond. They're not the same thing. But the economic, when you believe something to be true, you should say that. And so the economic of the card thing, we'll see.
Do you think CEOs...
But the other thing, I've not seen anyone, really Republicans, senators, businesses, banks, credit unions, community banks, anyone think it's a good idea.
Do you think it is...
But it goes back to this thing about, this word affordability. Of course we want affordability. The Democrats don't want affordability. What we've screwed up as a nation is bad policy around housing, mortgages, affordability, health. Immigration. We've messed up so many policies, which I write about. It's time to fix them, and I think the economists can help do that because you guys are really smart people. And so, and we constantly have this economic policy that we don't think it through. We've driven half the companies out of the public markets. What are we doing?